In this video, we are gonna do hands-on Okta Event Hook. So Okta Event Hook is basically a feature that let us know if something happens on our Okta tenant. So instead of polling the Okta, we let Okta to let us know when some events happened on our tenant, and then we can take from there. So for example, like events such as a user login, group update, password reset, or any lifecycle event, we can listen to those event on the Okta event hook, and whenever those event occurs, it Okta will post it on the HTTP endpoint that we have set on the Okta tenant server. And then we can do things such as like automation, or sending alert on the messaging channel, or writing a custom logic on our code base. Let's look at the Okta Webhook. So this is my admin console, and within the admin console we can see it on the workflows, and within the workflows I can see the event hook. So currently I don't have any event hook. I'll go ahead and add a new event hook. So the things that require are the name, the URL endpoint. We need to give Okta a post URL API endpoint that will uh, post the event on behalf of our URL endpoint, and we can add authentication field, authentication secret that we can impose. So like we are exposing the Okta, we are exposing an endpoint, and we need to trust the trust, like if the endpoints, or if the datas are coming from the secure side, or that we can trust. So we can make use of the secret, and we can validate that secret against our code base, or against our URL server. And here we can also add a custom header fields, and we need to subscribe to some event. So let's start. So for that we need to create a basic API server. Okay, our webhook will be a basic HTTP server, so I'll be using a Node and Express for it. I'll create a server. I'll use of Express framework. I'm doing it hands-on so that like I can demonstrate like the edge cases, or I'll be also breaking things so that you can follow along and create your own event hook. Okay, this is the some boilerplate code that we need to have in order to do some HTTP call. So basically I'm just calling the Express library and making use of the JSON format, since we will be using the post request, and it will be sending us a JSON response back. So I need to expose a post endpoint. This is the documentation for the event hook on the Okta side, and here it says the URL endpoint that sends the request, and it will send us the post request. So we need to expose the post request. Will be listening on the event that is coming from the Okta. So I'll say that Okta slash Webhook or something like that. Okay, for now, this is the basic you this is the basic boilerplate that we need to have in order to make use of Okta Event Hook. And for the Okta Event Hook, we need to have at least HTTPS URL endpoint that Okta can actually reach out to our server. So what I'll do is I'll just start it on my local server. It's running on my local server and I can access it on the port 3002. But in order for Okta to access the API server running on my machine, we need to use something like ngrok, or we can deploy it on the cloud, but I'll just use ngrok for this case. And ngrok gives us the URL endpoint that it can that Okta can reference without deploying anywhere. So I'll name it as a basic webhook, and remember our endpoint is Okta/webhook, so we need to make use of exact same. For now I'll just leave everything as it is, and I'll test. I need to subscribe to one event, so I'll do add users to group event. And after saving, it says Okta will verify the ownership. That means like Okta asks us to do something on our API server that will validate that we actually own the server. It's not the random server that we are exposing or we are giving to the Okta. So for that, here it mentioned that for the verification request, Okta will send us on the get request. Okta will send us a get request, and we need to validate it. We need to return the challenge that Okta uh, provide us. So we need to reply back with the challenge that we get from the Okta. For right now, I don't have the get request, so this will be likely to fail. And here we can see that Okta has a get request on our server, but we don't have a get request, so we are getting the 404 error. So to fix that, I will add a get request on my server. It should be just a request and response. And here, if we see on the documentation, it says that Okta will provide us the X challenge on the X Okta verification challenge HTTP header, and we need to reply back the verification header from the code. So what we can do is we can just respond with those challenge back. It accepts us to use this format, verification value from the header, and the header value is request dot headers X Okta verify challenge. We can also log the actual challenge, so I'll go ahead and log the challenge. It should be some random byte of string that it will send and expect us to send it back so that it can validate the ownership. I will restart the server and do the verification one more time. Okay, now our endpoint ownership has been successfully verified, and here we can see that Okta has sent this random string as a challenge, and we sent the challenge string back. So Okta verify the ownership of our Webhook URL. Okay, here we can preview the basic Webhook. So on the preview side, it will show us the event type that we have subscribed. So we can here we can subscribe to multiple event types as well. uh, Here I can add few more uh, events types. So on the preview side, it gives us the option to preview the event that we have subscribed. So I have just subscribed to user added to the group event, and it will provide me the response back. So if a user is added to the group, the response will look like this, and this will be the actual response. This has the placeholder value such as the user ID or something like that, but it will be the exact same format of the request that will send on our post request API URL that we have set. So if I go ahead and do deliver request, here I got the exact request from the Okta. So this is the request that I got from the Okta. Instead I can just request.body. Okay, now I will okay, it says Okta Webhook execution fail because it does not get the response back. So whenever it send us the request, it also expect some response back, and though it deliver us the request as we can see, but it is still failing because it does not get the response back. So we need to add the response as well. So this is the request we got from the Okta. So in order to remove those error, we can reply with some response. So we can just reply with status 200, and we can reply or send like message got or something like that. Okay, once again our server is up and running. Now I will deliver the request again, or I'll just refresh the page and deliver the request again. This is the request. I will deliver the request, and I should get a success message. Maybe it wants the message okay instead. I will refresh the page, do it again. Need to check on the documentation side why it's failing. I'll check my code for the reference. Okay, one more try before we move on to the next part. Okay, we want to subscribe to the user added event and we want to deliver our request. Okay, we are getting the response back, so that's good for right now. Now what we can do is we can go ahead and create actual events, and right now it says like we have received the request, but as we can see from the preview, the actual data that we are interested in is on the data.events. Here it contains all the important data that we are interested in. For example, if any user is added to the group, like we may want to send a message on the Slack channel or Slack bot, so it has all the all the data that's needed to be sent. For example, which user is added to the what group and something like that. So I will just log the response back. Okay, yeah, I found the issue, so I have been adding it on the get request. We instead we need to add on the post request. So whenever Okta send us the Webhook, we need to uh, acknowledge that response and reply back to Okta that yes, we received the request, and acknowledge that with 200 status. So I'll give it one more try before we move on the next section. So it's on the preview. I'm subscribed to user added to the group, deliver request. Now request delivery is successful, and all the data that we are interested in is in the data key, so I will log that value. It contains all the event that we are interested in. Okay, that's good for now. So here basically we want the authentication field populated, because we are exposing our post request field without the authentication. So if any malicious user can get this API URL, they can send us the malicious request on this API endpoint. So we need to have a way to establish the trust that the request actually comes from the Okta server, not from someone in the middle. So for that exact reason, we can add a authentication field, and we will make use of the common secret, and we will validate against it. So for that we need to make use of some environment variable. I will go ahead and add .env, and we need to initialize it. So here this function will initialize or loads the .env value to process.env, and I need to create some environment variable .env and use it as a Okta secret, and it can be anything like here on this post Webhook, or on this get Webhook, we can add the verification for that. So what I need to do is I need to make use of the header. So here we can set the header and value. So I can do this is the exact value that we need to use on our request header. So I'll say if the challenge is not equal to the challenge that we have set on our server, then reject the request. We want to send them unauthorized. And we want to return, or like we want to end our execution if the X webhook challenge is not same as the challenge that we have set over here, or the secret we have set over here. So we need to make use of this secret over here. This is our authentication secret, and I will save and continue. Okay, I can still do from here. So I will deliver the request. Okay, right now it should be good because I am using the same secret over here and over on the Okta side, so it should be able to deliver the request. But what if I change the request? So it will be like someone else calling the API URL with a different secret. So it's like someone impersonating as a Okta, but they don't have the secret that we have said. So they have the API URL, but they don't have the secret, so the request should fail. I will simulate that situation over here. Okay, now this request should fail. It should fail, yeah, but it failed for the wrong reason. I will restart and check it again. Okay, now we got a 4.1 unauthorized error from the post request. So far so good. I will revert back and restart the thing. Okay, now our webhook is ready and it has authentication field as well. So now I want it to perform some action whenever user is added on the group. For example, this is the group. I will remove that user and assign the user to trigger the Okta webhook that we have set. Yep, we got the event and user is added to the group membership, and it has all the context like client, actor, who is added, and so on. Now I want to send a Slack message whenever a user is added to the group. So for that I need to have a Slack application. This is my free trial of the Slack, and I need to add a webhook URL, or like I need to send message to the Slack whenever a user is added on it. So for that, okay, in order to add a app on the Slack that will send message on behalf of the webhook that we have set on the Okta, we need to go on the integration, and within the integration we need to build a new application. I'll create a new app, and select the workspace that the app will be added on, and this is the client ID and other stuff, but we are interested on the webhook. So I will need to activate the incoming webhook on the app, and need to select the channel for which the webhook will apply. So I will be using it on the IAM update channel, and this is the webhook URL that I need to configure. I'll be deleting that webhook URL after I am done for this update or for this video. So I need to make use of Slack webhook URL. This is the Slack webhook URL, and I'll be copying some code from here. Okay, so this is the helper function that will send a Slack message on our behalf. Okay, I need to use okay, so whenever something happens we need to send that message. And here Slack supports a wide range of rich formatting, so this is the one of the message format that I have. Okay, I'll be using it over here. Okay, back over here. So for that we need to have the clear picture on what message we will getting from there. So on the event hook, I'll do the preview on the exact response that I'll be getting. So this is the event and this is the actor. Okay, for now I'll in data that event is an array. And we need to have events over here. We'll be using the first event. Okay. Okay, I'll be using a single event here. And need to send a well formatted message on the Slack channel. Okay, it'll deliver the request, and I got a single event response logged over here. And I will need some specific things. So for example, I need a message like that. So message is on the field, display message. And here the target has a two values, so which user is added and on which group it is added. So I need to find that target user. this will be our user target and this will be our group target. So basically our target has a two value, it's a type user and type user group. So I'll display just this value only. Okay, now I will first of all console log those value and then send it as a Slack message. Like this. Okay, this should work. I'll try it. Deliver the request. Okay, it should be user event at the target. Okay, we want to filter not loop, so we want on the from the target user we want a user array and the user group array. So I had made some mistake, but now it is good to go. So I got the message, user admin added Tina Brooks to the group app new bank Stellar. So with that, we are now ready to send a Slack message with the exact similar kind of the scenario. So I will use this as a message. Okay, now let's try. I have opened the Slack as well. So from the directory under the group, I will try to add some user. I get some message and I'll check on the Slack. Here I got the message add user to group, user group. So this user is added to the group and I have got message on the Slack. So that is it for this Webhook. So there is a unlimited options that we can do. So like we can perform some application, we can add it on the database, we can trigger different GitHub action or a CI/CD pipeline from that. You might want to check out the video that I have done for GitOps for IAM, where I have integrated Okta Webhook with the GitHub action. That's all. If you find this video helpful, like, share, and subscribe. Happy learning. Have a good one.